In the spring of 2018, the University of Tennessee Knoxville Libraries purchased the Anatomage table through a grant from the Gladys Brooks Foundation, a supporter of nonprofit libraries, educational institutions, hospitals, and clinics. The Anatomage table allows users the ability to manipulate, dissect, and interact with anatomy in a 3D virtual format across a large display screen. This was a completely new undertaking for the library, but we are extremely excited about the possibilities this would bring to student engagement. As Melanie and I would be facilitating the usage of the table, we were curious to see how other libraries were using the table and what partnerships, if any, they had formed. We started by surveying the literature to see how other libraries were integrating the tables into curricula and supporting table usage. While we found a small collection of libraries utilizing anatomy tables in our initial inquiry, each had substantial information to impart. By connecting this information together in a narrative review, others who may be interested in providing this type of resource would have somewhere to start. In putting together our narrative review, searches were performed in health, library, education, biological, and behavioral databases, as well as through web-based searches to locate related training guides and press releases that libraries have created to promote the usage of their anatomy tables among their campus communities. Our database searches were performed across Library and Information Science Source, Library and Information Science and Technology Abstracts, Academic Search Complete, ERIC, Education Source, PubMed, Web of Science, and Scopus. Our extended search through search engines like Google and Google Scholar shed additional light on the location of their anatomy tables, the partnerships they formed, and table access. We originally ran the search in the fall of 2018 with a follow-up search in late 2019 to pick up more recent publications. Our publication range of interest was between 2010 to 2019, with emphasis on articles that discussed 3D virtual anatomy tables within health sciences, medical, and academic libraries. Our keywords include specific companies that sold anatomy tables like Anatomage, Sectra, and InBody Anatomy, along with terms that identified varying types of virtual or three-dimensional tools that are used by those libraries.
Our review identified 6 libraries that have discussed how they administer their anatomy tables. These publications highlight how libraries can serve as accessible venues for anatomy tables, allowing students and instructors from multiple disciplines and academic courses to engage with these tables. 3 libraries encouraged accessibility by locating their anatomy tables in unrestricted areas of their libraries, while others chose to place their tables in smaller collaborative spaces or classrooms to mediate access for their various user groups. These libraries also acknowledge that providing access to anatomy tables across disciplines would alleviate costs for interested academic programs and promote student success within those respected disciplines. 3 libraries share details about their new collaborations with campus departments that provide anatomy instruction involving their anatomy tables. The Heidelberg University Library in Germany described their partnership with their university's Anatomy Institute to develop lecture activities featuring their anatomy table. This library felt that this partnership promoted positive perceptions of both their library and the Institute. Flinders Medical Library in South Australia partners with the Darwin Anatomy Lab on their campus to share their anatomy table, with the table being relocated from the lab to the library on the weekends to allow their medical students to access the table when the lab is closed. The UT Health Science Center Library in Memphis acquired their anatomy table in 2017. Their library now partners with the Center for Healthcare Improvement and Patient Simulation, where the table is currently located, to support anatomy table users on their campus. 2 libraries in our review summarize feedback that they received from anatomy table users surrounding students' perceptions and interest in using their anatomy tables. The University of Michigan Taubman Health Sciences Library partnered with kinesiology instructors to create an assignment with an optional anatomy table component, and 67% of their students expressed interest in using the table to complete their assignments. The University of Utah's Eccles Health Sciences Library houses their anatomy table within their library's technology hub, where they regularly collect user feedback after each appointment. Most respondents have positive comments regarding the table and other tools offered within the technology hub. Our anatomy table guide on the library's website embodies some of the helpful strategies that we learned from other libraries in our review. Our guide includes table lab hours, table reservation information, our table basics tutorial, ethical considerations, and links for additional anatomy learning resources that are offered by the libraries. In turn, we hope that our review will assist other libraries that are exploring anatomy tables as an option for their anatomy courses and other library users. This review also represents our first step towards reducing the research gap surrounding the evolution of anatomy table use among academic, medical, and health sciences libraries. Thank you.